So I'm the math train, and today we're going to be doing solving quadratic equations by taking square roots. And let's begin. So we have x squared minus 36 equals 0. So we have the question. What we're going to do is we're going to do x squared, and we're going to take this negative 36, and we're going to bring it to the other side. And then that'll be x squared equals 36. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of both sides, and then it becomes x equals positive or negative 6. And that's our answer. So we took the square roots of both sides, and our final answer is x equals positive or negative 6. And then moving on. So we have our question, which is x squared minus 100 equals 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this minus 100, we're going to move it to the other side, and its operational sign will change. So we have x squared equals 100. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of both sides to get x by itself. So we have positive and negative square root of 100. And then we have x equals positive and negative of 10. And that's our final answer. So we took the square root of both sides. So, and then we got x by itself, and it's positive and negative of positive 10 and negative 10. And that's our final answer. So we have 6 on the right hand side, and then we have x squared minus 3 on the left hand side. So we're going to take this minus 3, we're going to switch it over to the other side, and just follow it, same as any other questions, just with a 6. So it's 6 plus 3, so x squared equals 9. And then again, we're going to take the square root of both sides, just to get x by itself. And then we have x is positive and negative 3. Moving on. So we have a similar question. On the right hand side we have 15, and on the left hand side we have x squared minus 1. So it's the same procedure. We're just going to switch this minus 1 over to the right hand side, and I'll switch its operational sign. We have x squared equals 15 plus 1, and we have x squared equals 16. Then we take the square root of both sides just to get x by itself, to get rid of that to the power of 2. And then we have plus and minus the square root of 16. And then we have x on its own, and it is plus or minus 4. And that is our answer. Moving on to E. So with this one, it's a bit more complicated. We do have the question, but for this time we're going to move the positive 5. We're going to move that over to the other side. And we're going to see how it goes. So we have 2x squared minus 3 minus 5 equals 0. Then we have 2x squared minus 8 equals 0. And then 2 is common. So we have 2x squared minus 4 equals 0. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. And then we will cross out common 2 on the top and the bottom. So we divided both sides by 2 to get rid of the multiplication or the coefficient of 2 in front of the brackets. So we divide 2 on both sides. And then what we're left with is x squared minus 4. And that's what we're left with. And then again, we're going to move that minus 4 over to the other side. And we're going to continue on with 4. And then we're going to take the square root And then we have x equals plus or minus 2. So we took the square root of both sides, and then we have our final answer, which is x equals plus or minus 2, or positive or negative 2. And yep, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this helpful, and thank you very much.